Today we are going to build a solar oven. What is a solar oven and how does it work? Solar ovens harness the power of the sun to heat our food without any need for gas or electricity. In this example, our solar oven is a cardboard box. The interior of the box is covered in black paper, which absorbs heat from the sunlight. You've probably experienced this phenomenon if you've ever worn a black shirt outside on a sunny day. The top of the box is covered in a layer of plastic, which allows the sunlight to stream into the box while preventing any heat from escaping. We can collect more sunlight and heat by adding a reflective foil layer to the flaps of the box. This reflects the sunlight off of the flaps into the box, further heating the interior. The walls of the cardboard box are insulating, meaning that they help keep heat inside the box. We can keep even more heat in our box by adding further insulators. In our activity today, we'll be adding a black t-shirt or sweatshirt to the bottom of our box to help keep even more heat in and make our oven more efficient. Let's get started and build our own. To create a solar oven, we will need a cardboard box to serve as the oven, black paper to put on the interior to absorb the heat from the sunlight, a piece of cardboard to use as a lid, tape or glue, and a black t-shirt for insulation. We will also need some plastic wrap for the top of our box, foil to use as a reflective material on the flaps of our box, a ruler and writing utensil, scissors, a small dark-colored dish to cook our food in, and a thermometer to check the temperature inside our oven if you've got one. If you don't have all of these supplies, don't worry. You can repurpose a foil chip bag or snack bag as the foil on your flaps, a Ziploc bag or Tupperware lid as the plastic covering on the top of your box. If you don't have any black paper, feel free to use extra pieces of black clothing. Also feel free to further insulate your box by adding more black clothing, styrofoam, or newspaper underneath the black paper or black t-shirt in your box. To begin, we first need to add the black paper to the inside of our box. To do so, we need to measure the interior dimensions of our box so that we know how big to cut the black paper. Once we have our dimensions, we can measure and cut the black paper to size. Once we have our pieces of black paper cut to size, it's time to tape or glue them to the interior sides of your box. Your box should now look like this. Next, we'll add a black t-shirt, black sweatshirt, or other black item of clothing to the bottom of your box. This will help absorb more sunlight while providing some insulation to keep the heat inside of your oven. Next, we need to make sure that the sunlight can shine into our box while preventing any heat from escaping. Here, I'm going to make a lid using a piece of cardboard, but if you've got a transparent Tupperware lid that fits your box, feel free to use that instead. We'll need to cut a window into the lid so that the sun can shine through. Once you've cut a window in your lid, you'll need to seal it off with some plastic wrap. As you're taping your plastic wrap to your lid, make sure that you're pulling it tight to avoid any wrinkles. Once the plastic wrap is securely attached to the lid, it's time to attach the lid to the box. Tape or glue the lid to your cardboard box, ensuring that you can still open it. Once your lid is attached, it's time to tape the flaps of the cardboard box up so that when we cover them with foil, it will reflect into the box. Do this for all 4 flaps. Next, we need to add a reflective covering to the flaps of the box so that the sunlight can reflect in. Here I'm using pieces of foil. Wrap the pieces of foil around the flaps of your box. Make sure that you've fully covered all 4 flaps. Once you've fully covered all 4 flaps in foil, it may be helpful to add a handle to help you open your lid. Here, I'm making a handle from some scrap pieces of cardboard. Our solar oven is nearly complete. Make any final adjustments, taping down any pieces of loose foil, and make sure that your lid can be opened and closed easily. Finally, add your baking dish to the inside of your completed solar oven. Now it's time to test it out. Place your completed solar oven outside in a sunny location so that the sunlight can easily reflect off of the foil into your oven. Today, it's 68 degrees Fahrenheit outside, but after just 30 minutes, the interior of my oven is already registering 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's leave our oven to continue heating up while we make ourselves a snack to cook. A good snack to cook in our solar oven are tiny pizzas. You can make a small pizza using crackers, pasta sauce, and string cheese. Simply spread the pasta sauce over the crackers and pull the string cheese into small pieces and place on top. Another good snack to try is s'mores, but feel free to come up with your own ideas. Once your snack is complete, put it in your small dark-colored dish and it's time to add it to your oven. I left my pizza in my oven for about an hour. After that point, the cheese had started to melt and the sauce was hot. Depending on the type of snack that you make, you may want to leave it in for longer. Just make sure to regularly check on your oven, as it can get pretty hot inside. In fact, my final temperature registered a sweltering 184 degrees Fahrenheit. There are lots of different ways to make a solar oven depending on the materials you have at home. Use your creativity and the principles that we learned here today to make your own. Just remember, you'll need some sort of box to serve as the oven, black material to place inside to absorb the heat from the sunlight, a plastic covering to keep the heat inside your oven, and some sort of reflective material that directs the sunlight into your box. What can you create?